Now, if you notice when I did this, see it says idler roller A, because there are different rollers depending on the vehicle that you're working on and putting together. So always make sure that what you're putting in or getting is exactly what you're replacing to keep you from buying extra stuff that you can do nothing with except hope one day that car will roll through your shop. Nope. Okay, plugs and everything's in there. We're looking pretty good there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with this rear suspension, begin fixing it. This vehicle here is using a police style type suspension system. Believe it or not. See? Well, kind of. It's got a bracket on here and coils on a differential. Haven't seen one like that before, but okay. Mechanics is mechanics. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Yep, that's looking rough. Now these here are U-bolts. And these U-bolts are pretty much common in cars that have leaf springs and whatnot. So just like the car, you have to take a look at them because they're individual ones here that also use this plate to hold it together. So if this is not good and it's in bad shape, then you're going to have to take care of that. See what I mean? You see I got the fuel tank, I removed it already. Let's see what I could beat on the table. A little hammering, pounding, wheel grinding, all that cool stuff. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I can go with that. Probably some people going, why don't you do this? It's all about running the shop the way you want. That's all I'm doing. That's how I run it. That's how I got the car. That's how I'm restoring it. It's a very key factor. It's like I said many times before, not everybody's system is good for everybody. One person may think it is a good idea to replace 100% new all the time regardless what kind of car it is. Somebody else probably figures, you know what, I'm not going to do that. I just rather just take parts off my customers' cars and make money that way. So that's the beauty of the game, because once again it's still got the same principle. However you want to be able to do it, you do it your way. blasted the tire, cleaned up the rim. A sweet deal of luck. Okay, usually what I try to do is when I do suspensions, so I'm not lost running around from the front and the back of the car. As you can see, I choose a section and I took care of everything that needed to be taken care of with that section. It pretty much helps out when you're trying to divide things out when you're working. It's nothing more annoying than having a whole bunch of front end parts mixed and matched with all the parts that you're working from the rear of the car. So that's why I was doing it like that, because they have it pretty much detailed with lots and lots of parts, pretty much like I would say practically what you would expect on a car. So they really didn't do a bad job here at all. Like this stabilizer bar here, that's bad, but see what I mean now? So like I would take care of all the stuff in the front of this car here to get it ordered. I know like this has to go because this is bad. I can see that already. See that when it came out? See now when I was showing you on that Maluk, see like this hub here? This is like common for these other cars, including the ones that look like muscle cars. And those older cars, they actually use something like that Maluk's front suspension with the lower and upper control arm with the centerpiece on it with the spindle and that nut on there. But you know what, that's just nitpicking little stuff, so that's why I never really say much about it. Now I wanted to show you something here. Now you see this rim here? Well, the one rim was already bad, but it was so bad it didn't even show up. I mean, look at this 1%. But this one here did. So when I went to go fix this, my probability rate had brought it close to being in new condition. So I had to push that one more bit, and now it's junk because it broke during the process. So I wanted to show you that that's the risk percentage that you take. So it's not like it's a bad thing, you know. I mean, you can get, sometimes you get lucky and all the parts come out in new condition. Other times it don't. That's how this thing works. I actually kind of like the way it is, because that roll of the chance is about as accurate as you can get. You can get something so clean, and next thing you know, you turn around and you just make that one wrong move with it, and it's done for. I just wanted to show that. I wanted to show this here. Here, this is like that hub that I was talking about. You see that opening? So this uses an inner cap. See, wheel hub cap. Because you remember the other one uses a bearing when they're front wheel drive. This is the cap that covers that opening. So you gotta remember that that is there. It's easy to forget. So if you're trying to reassemble it and it's not doing anything, and you're looking around and you're like, oh, I don't get it. Why is it I can't get the tire to show up on here? What's wrong with this thing? Chances are you might have missed it, that this wheel hub needed to be put in, and it was overlooked. It happens. Even I've done it. Still trying to get used to it, that it's there. Now, in addition to this unit here, for the braking system on these cars, if you take a look over ahead of me, you can see the brake servo, are known as the master cylinder. That is, as you can see, removable and it's serviceable. These air filter covers on all these cars, they don't use bolts. See that? They use clips. Now, I mentioned before with the Maluk that the clips that were used there for that air cleaner are also used here. And don't forget, you also got clips that are also used for the distributor. These are removable as well. Whoa, that didn't take. Nope, that was junk too. Okay, so let's take a look at the list here. I did tell you that in order to take a look at the list, you have to be like on the car somewhere with your cursor, right? Now, if we take a look here, we'll see that we have stuff that's in normal wear and tear condition and stuff that I was able to restore to wear and tear condition. And you can take a look at the stuff that I had brought up, like this here, and then stuff that ended up having to be bought new. This is a mixture between that and the stuff I restored new. So basically my goal was to get the car's equipment over the into the wear and tear condition for a retail sale. That's what I was trying to do. I'm not interested in replacing every single thing that's on this car. I'm good with what I did. That's the whole point of this part of this tutorial. So you see, so even like if I wanted to, I could sell this thing outright. Okay, I won't get a lot for it, but I can sell it outright. Matter of fact, when I got it running, I probably could have sold it right off the back. So now, we're going to go and start replacing parts on the body, because I'm going to take this and I'm going to paint the car. What is this thing? It's a Salem Carrier. Okay. Now I probably don't need to paint it, but you know what? That's my choice. Guess I gotta move that thing, right? Here we go. Okay, they give you these colors to work with when you're in the paint shop. You can customize or change it by adjusting these until you get the color you want, brighter or darker or whatnot. This is known as a custom paint job, and that's what you would do. But you know what? It's getting a factory look to it. I'll be good with that. There she is, all sparkly looking cleaner. I guess given the paint job does make a difference. Car shines more. Okay, so here we go. This is the list. This is what we're looking at. This is my restoration bonus. This is what I'm going to be getting out of the car. So even at this, for what I did, I'm pretty good with it. Like I said, each to their own, how they want to do it. But this part of this tutorial is to show you that you don't necessarily need it to get new. I mean, if you want to spend the money in it to make it look new, that's up to you. Or if you want to cut corners or whatnot, some people are picky about the value about it. It really depends on you, because you're the one who has to play the game. You're the one who is role-playing your shop, and you're the one that can decide if you want it or not. So, you know, if you want to make it rain, make it rain. Okay, moving on.